Good afternoon, students. I'm so much happy and excited to meet you in this video. My name is Julian and I'm from IT department, and I would like to go forward and help you out with your Immersion lab programs or practicals, and we'll be discussing everything in terms of your lab. Why? Because why taken this video initiatives? Because some few students have attended all the classes, some haven't not yet gone for the first class itself. Therefore, whatever presentation I'm going to give today, you go ahead and repeat this video several times until you understand what am I going to teach you. Even after watching this video, if you're not able to understand, come to me directly. I'll be in the IT department. I will take some time off from my schedule and then teach you whatever subject that you might have, whatever entities or subjects or whatever issue that you might have in this Immersion lab. So let's get started. Please come closer. Come close. Okay, for today's first experiment, we are going to take a look into all the components of a computer. First and foremost, as you can see, the things are coming out. Forget about it. The moment when you see this particular screen, this particular box-like structure, this box here, and you come back here, there's certain things available over here. You call this particular box as a PC cabinet. This is called as the PC cabinet. This is for your own use. You hope that everything is recorded properly. Okay. This is called as a PC cabinet. If you want, somebody can go back, someone can. Okay. So this is definitely not a CPU. This is definitely not a CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. This is not a CPU. This is called as a PC cabinet or a PC box. Please make sure, because I see a lot of students having this miscommunication whether what is, when I ask them what this is all about, they say it's a CPU. It's absolutely not. A CPU is nothing but a square shaped, small like biscuit sized structure which is present inside the motherboard. That is a CPU. This is a cabinet box. Okay. So having cleared that out, please come closer. Okay then. So as you can see here, this is the internals of the PC cabinet box. Whatever is inside, as you can see here. Don't worry, I will explain to you everything in detail. So come closer. So as you can see here, there's some sort of a entity which is going here. This is one box here. This is a black color box, some cables running here. And let's see anything and everything detail. Number one, as you can see here, please come closer. Can you see this symbol over here? This symbol, this box, notch over here, and then I place it here, and then slowly I lock this icon. This is the locking mechanism. So what happens is, this is called as the random access memory. So what is the purpose of random access memory? If you want the computer to function properly in a much more faster manner, we have the RAM over here. Okay, this is the RAM. So what have we discussed so far? We've discussed this is the motherboard, RAM. This is can you see this heatsink here? Yeah, heatsink here. Below this, can you see the switch, the clip over here? Yeah, this is the clip. Yeah, that is exactly where the CPU is located. This is the CPU position. Yeah, now you can also see it here. See here? Yeah. If you can see the clip, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Below this is heatsink is the CPU and everything. Now, we have discussed about the motherboard. This is the motherboard. This is the heatsink fan. We have discussed the SMPS, and we have also discussed the random access memory. Now, if you take a cell phone or something like that, you take a picture, and the picture gets stored onto your memory. Over here for the computer, as you can see, there's a black box here. This black box here, this so this is called as the black box. Okay, this is the black box. Okay, this is nothing but the hard disk drive or the hard disk HDD. Okay, so this is where all your computers, your programs, your images, your videos, anything and everything gets stored onto this hard disk. So as you can see, this is the hard disk drive. This is where all your pictures, your photos, your videos, anything and everything that you might want to keep it inside your computer gets stored over here. So that is all for it. So we have discussed about the motherboard, the fan, the heatsink fan, the SMPS, the hard disk. Now the cables. As you can see here, these are all the cables that come out of the SMPS box. These are the SMPS box, these are the cables. Now This is your hard disk power supply slot. This is your external other important hard disk slot of power slot here. And see here over here, this is combined over here, these two power slots. So these power slots, they go directly, as you can see here, it goes directly onto this particular socket over here. It goes here. Can you see here? This one. This is the one. It goes directly over here. So from this one box, the entire power supply goes to the hard disk drive, the processor, as well as the RAM. Everything is dependent on this particular SMPS box. So that is all for today's session. We discussed about this PC box or a PC cabinet, the components of the internal components, the SMPS and everything and so on. Now, last but not the least, I want you to concentrate at the rear end of this particular PC box. These are nothing but the ports over here, commencing with the power port, the power supply port, and over here this purple color port is called as the keyboard port, because of whatever keyboard that you have, this keyboard, the cable goes directly over here. Next one is the mouse. The green port is called the mouse port, and this line printed terminal. This is nothing but your monitor port. This blue port that you see over here, it has got 15 holes over here. If you want, you can count them up. And this 15 holes, there's a cable called as VGA cable that gets connected to the particular monitor over here. And these are USB ports. This is the internet port. This is speaker port, mic port, as well as the internal audio port. So that is all for today's session. This is the exhaust fan over here. So that is all for today's session. We have discussed a lot today in terms of your internal components of your PC, the PC box, the motherboard, and so on. Any doubts apart from this? Don't mind the sound because I am a student over here. Apart from this, if you have any sort of a doubt, please, you are always welcome to get in touch with me. I will help you. Thank you so much. Take care.